Hello and blessings, beautiful souls. Saravá Axé to you. How are you today? It is Sunday and I am sitting here in sacred space trying to find some peace and quiet from the children who for some reason woke up this morning feeling super giddy, and I'm feeling very contemplative. I had this beautiful puka tea this morning, and it's a bedtime tea, but I chose to have it in the morning because I had far too much coffee and I gave myself heart palpitations, and I thought, oh, I need to recalibrate. And so I decided to try this beautiful tea that we had up there that was unopened, and I absolutely loved it, and it absolutely worked a charm. I've got to say, my heart palpitations went away. I came right down, I recalibrated, and I just felt so peaceful in that moment. And so I thought that I would just steal a few moments away to myself because I really felt called to do this little book unboxing type of thing. It's not really an unboxing, but it's an unveiling, if you will. I bought this book from Scarlet Imprint some time ago, and I have just been waiting for the call to open it. And I love the way that they presented their book. Scarlet Imprint is a publishing house that releases beautiful occult books, and if you are in that place in your practice right now where you have burned through all the beginner books and you're standing there looking at the selection of books that are available on the market right now going, well, I'm already a witch, I'm pretty comfortable with my practice. Where are the intermediate to advanced books? Where are they hiding? And I've got to say, one of the places that you can look is Scarlet Imprint, because they do have an incredible selection of that type of occult material. And so I am going to now unveil this beautiful book that I have heard so much about. Now, I suppose I should say that I found this book because of chatter, natural chatter on the internet, but also I was watching an interview with Lee Morgan, who is the author of A Deed Without a Name. He's an Australian author that created this beautiful book. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to cough. Yes, he is an Australian author that created an amazing book on traditional witchcraft from his own personal perspective. He is a fiction and non-fiction writer, and A Deed Without a Name is a really, really, really interesting book to read. Right up there as far as recommendations go. So I found him talking about this particular one here. And I thought to myself, I am intrigued. Here we have it, Apocalyptic Witchcraft by Peter Gray, Bibliothèque Rouge, the Red Library. The quality of these books are, if you have ever seen a hardcover Scarlet Imprint book, then you will know just how high quality they are. And if you've ever seen a personal bound version, I can tell you that I saw Gordon White's bound version of, or limited edition bound version of Starships, that's right. And it was bound in stingray skin, and it was so beautifully presented in a box. It looked like something that should have come out of an Armani office, beautifully packaged in this beautiful box, and oh gosh, amazing. So they are artists in the making of their books, and they are also publishers of incredible works of literature on the subject of occult, esoterica, and magic. And so let's have a bit of a look. Obviously it's hard to do a review or even talk too much about the book because it's something that you do have to read. Oh, there's an image in there. Oh, there. Look at that. Okay. Beautiful. It's nice to do a bit of a flick through and acclimate yourself to the literature. But I've heard good things about this book from many an individual. Oh, let's read this. Inanna ascends, adore her, sweat stuck glitter at the throat of evening, flared staring eyes of moon's first daughter sing torch songs for the sticken risen, searchlight girl, hoisted swelling, forced from cordistry of underworld, a whore reborn. Incredible. It's intense, isn't it? It's not the usual stuff, that's for sure. I was a princess, and thou didst scorn me. I was a virgin, and thou didst take my virginity from me. I was chaste, and thou didn't fill my veins with fire. Aha! Wherefore didst thou not look at me? If thou hadst looked at me, thou hadst loved me. Well, I know that thou wouldst have loved me, and the mystery of love is greater than the mystery of death. Salome. Salome. Let's have a little read here. Apocalyptic Witchcraft is written in the twilight of an age. It is a book which dares to prophesy. It is a new vision of old way, but does no violence to traditions, treading as it does the paths of ancestry. This is an infusion of energy and movement. It is a witchcraft for those who know that the wheel of the year has broken from the spokes of the season. It does not ask for belief, adherence, or followers. This is my parousia. It simply asks that you listen. This is a perilous book, and one which does not aim to please. We need neither the permission of the god nor man for what we do. Witchcraft casts its glamour through these pages, but it will not be petrified. The sickle moon cuts, the curse harms, the wounds bleed. Without these there is no life in witchcraft. Not all the baleful. We celebrate the healing, growth, the joy of existence, and the matchless ecstasies of the Sabbath, whose tarnished meaning is patiently revealed. It is a lunar mystery, a woman's secret, kept by the very devil himself. If that did not, move you in some way, then I don't know what will, quite frankly. And while I butchered the reading of such beautiful prose, I am confident that the essence made its way through to you. I heard such beautiful things about this book, and those individuals speaking such beautiful things are individuals whom I personally connect with and have quite a few things in common with. And so I just thought that, well, I would go and have a look at it, because it really did glimmer when I looked at it online. As I looked at it, it sort of shimmered and glimmered to me, and I decided that I would take that step and purchase it. Saying this though, Scarlet Imprint books are made, created, printed, etc. in the United Kingdom, and trying to get a hold of a copy and having that copy sent out to you is, or can be, an expensive endeavor, to say the least. So when perusing the literature on that website, be sure of what you want, because it is going to cost you a pretty penny to have that something bought to you or sent to you. So that's a thing to consider. But I don't mind spending money on really good books, particularly as I grumble about the current literature at the moment. And I feel like books on the occult are going through a season that I'm just not particularly gelling with, and it's no point in me continuing to grumble. So what I'm going to do is be proactive about seeking out literature that does tickle my fancy, that does get me excited, that does inspire. And so if you are at all mirroring that position, then head on over to places like Scarlet Imprint. They're not the only place to go, but they are the place to go that is currently in my sphere of consciousness, so they're the ones I'm pointing at right now. but I'll try and do a little research to find out other publishing houses that specialize in more adept occult material, and those of you who are starved at the moment might get some benefit out of that. And it'll be an educational process for me as well. So with all of that said, I hope that you have enjoyed this weird unveiling of this beautiful and intriguing looking book called Apocalyptic Witchcraft by Peter Gray, published by Scarlet Imprint. So there you have it. Much love, many blessings. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you've liked this particular unveiling, then please do give it a thumbs up. Comment below what's on your reading list at the moment that's really intriguing you, something that's a little bit more intermediate and advanced, because there isn't enough conversation about that particular subject. There's lots of conversation on books that are very easily accessible and particularly made for the beginner. So if you have a book on your list or you're in possession of one that sort of echoes to this type of genre, then please do leave that title in the comment section, because we will all benefit from that sharing. Talk to you tomorrow, beautiful people. Mwah!